The O5 Council, the O5 Command, the Overseers, Overwatch. These are the people who have ultimate control over the Foundation. Each O5 member knows almost everything there is to know about the Foundation and its activities. Between them all, they know every single secret that the Foundation holds. Most Foundation personnel spend their entire careers without seeing them. Members below clearance level 2 don't even know they exist. Most people outside the Foundation have never heard of them, or don't even think they are real. Most everyone is afraid of them. An O5 walks into a room and everybody pisses their pants. That's what happens when you hold supreme power over one of the scariest organizations in the world. These dossiers will show you contradictory reports on each of the O5 council members. My research has been comprehensive, but the very nature of my enemy makes it impossible to know which answer, if any, is true. There seems to be 13 members of the O5 council. Throughout, even that is questionable. Perhaps the multiple individuals sharing each O5 number. Perhaps dozens. But perhaps there's only one. Perhaps the only one of each of the reports is true, or all of these different facets of one person, with stand-ins and disinformation stirred in. Perhaps none of them are true. The end of this dossier presents well-sourced reports that the veracity of almost every single assumption made here. You may judge carefully. What you just heard was basically the intro, or at least the overview of the O5 Council, or the administration command structure of the Foundation. A viewer asked about them, and I decided, might as well talk about the O5, which there are 13 of them. However, each one of them has their own subcategories and subgroupings, so yeah. Good fucking luck trying to figure out which is true, which is fake, and which is the real one. However, I will say this, there are some interesting ones, but before we begin, I should tell you guys this. We do have merch, which is going to be released soon. If you use discount code CRASHMISS, you get 25% off up to December 20th. Yeah, up to December 20th, you might want to jump on that deal real quick. Also, if you want to get good prices and also discount codes that are only said in my Discord channel, you might want to join it just on the safe side. Also, don't forget to also buy yourself some Dubby with code SCP 40K right there to get 10% off your first purchase. Now, back to what we were just discussing. When talking about the O5, you need to understand some things. Just knowing about them is considerably one of the greatest things you can achieve. Knowing that they exist is one thing. Actually being able to prove it, that's a completely other story. However, there have been situations where certain individuals that shouldn't have known about the O5 do know about the O5. And with that, we also need to talk about the administrators. Because the roles of the administrators is numerous, but they always seem to have, they basically have a role. Oh, and I should probably mention this, FYI. When I say administrator, this is basically, they may exist. Again, this is basically the original O5 ideology. We didn't have a lot back in the day. When it comes to administrators, we have them. But at the same time, again, there might be site commanders who are like these people. Or this may be the O5. We don't freaking know. Again, SCP lore. It's so much of a jambalaya. You're better off just trying to make your own headcanon at this point. Just saying. They're more or less the people that are in charge of either multiple sites, one site, or several other sites. However, we don't know their actual full names, only either official titles or, names they've given out in reports. Which, even then, that might not be true. So you have to take everything with a grain of salt. But with that being said, we should probably move on, and we're going to do a fast little thing of the administrators with a little bit of an understanding and overview of each of them. The first one we're going to talk about when it comes to the administrators is the official. The official is a male European descent, but American origins, possibly. With that being said, we really don't know what he looks like because he is between the ages of his mid-30s to his mid-50s. Possibly. You have to understand, when I say administration or administrator, these people have been around ever since the creation of the Foundation, which was around the time of the Civil War. That's how long the Foundation has been existing. Not too far back, but long enough that people around that age should have either died or passed away, which means that these people are either immortal or they just don't care. But when talking about the official, we need to understand something. The official is quite friendly, to be honest. He doesn't have a hateful bone in his body, but if he does get mad, you might want to not be in the same room. This guy is quite frankly one of the most destructive individuals on this freaking board. He has wiped out entire sites because people have pissed him off. He has an amazing physique, able to literally bench press almost, I think it was 750 pounds without even breaking a sweat. He may look old, but man, oh man, he can go toe-to-toe with the good ones. The next administrator is F. Williams. F. Williams is a male European descent, originally from America, possibly, and also in his mid-30s. He does not have any facial features nor any other features due to the fact that, well, we don't know what he looks like. No, I mean, we just don't even know what he looks like. The only thing we know of him is his name, F. Williams, because the simple truth is that he has more or less completely erased his, well, everything. He's considered a tech whiz. He was able to erase his entire files from existence. There's no record of him. There have been short terms where Frederick, Francis, Frederick, again, spelled differently, or Franz, have been figured out with Williams, but the problem is we still don't know if that's the true name of him or not. However, whenever a document shows up on the Foundation's doorstep with the administrator's, well, seal of approval with FW, you often know it's from, well, F. Williams. Angus Pearson is probably the only one we might have some clue on this. She is a female European American origins. However, she basically, well, exceeds the lifespan by a shit ton. Well, she has appearance of a plus 50 woman with old-fashioned wares, wearing, well, horn-rimmed glasses, and a very tight bun on her head. Very proper looking. However, this is where it gets interesting, due to the fact that she technically was part of the original Foundation group. Maybe, possibly. She has no real, like, intermediary. She's very chaotic, joking, and also is very good at herding cats, apparently, with the running joke that Pearson is the crazy cat lady of the Foundation. However, you might not want to tell her that because she will use you as an experiment post-haste. Imagine Dr. Horker, but a lot fucking worse. I mean, a lot worse. This lady is just, she's scary. Kesmet is a female Middle Eastern descent, American origin. However, her lifespan appears to be that of a 50-year-old woman. Yet she has been around since, again, the crowning of the Foundation. Her role is to track down and select each new and future member of the O5 Council. However, this is where it gets interesting. You would think that the O5 command structure would be, well, already set, since we can just, bring them back. However, after a short story of Kesmet actually causing the death of O13 and bringing him back, yeah, it's been a little bit of a hectic scenario. Just saying. The next one to talk about is Spider. Spider is, a person? Yeah, long story short, Spider was the nickname given to him because of the simple truth that they're a masculine human hybrid thing. Well, the coat of arms basic SCP or SCP-262 mutated their body, and we don't know if they're male or female, so they often reply to them, they, or thems. Yeah. And by the way, I want to point something out. When this was written was way before that whole debacle with pronouns and everything else. Just saying. However, they appear to be in their late 30s, early 30s, somewhere around there. At least their head does. The rest of their body kind of looks like a mash between a human and a spider. Yeah, get that image out of your head, because it's not. They are perceivably to possibly know the lands Site 19 is built on. However, not many other things can be used upon. There have been certain reports of other things and this and that, but all in all, spider is just an interesting one. The middleman is a man with unknown ethnicity, racial, nation, or age. He's completely unknown due to the fact that anybody who looks at him doesn't understand or can't comprehend what he looks like. There have been video recordings of him, and you still couldn't describe him. Some say that he has a memetic hazard on him that basically makes it impossible to see or understand or even come close to seeing his face. Others say that he was gifted with the ability to, well, make you not know what he looks like. Several people have discussed that he possibly is 051, but even then that doesn't make any sense due to the fact that he was part of the Foundation's 05 Council after? Again, contradictory reports here and there. There is a possible command of Task Force Resh 1 or the Seat of Consciousness, although it's unclear if such a task force exists in the first place. The archaeologist is a male, European descent, English origin, who appears to be 60 years old. This is a verified post-human lifespan, but the thing is, again, he's existed long time. This is also one of the people that consider to be, 051, because of the whole, this is the gate guardian commanding him to prepare. Again, not knowing if this is true or not because there's so much contradictory. However, what is known is that it could be a succession type thing. You know, how there is no such thing as was this person, I am this person. Kind of a successor type chapter idea. The Duke, also one of the other ideas behind it, a male of European descent, Austrian origin, has been around since, 300 years ago. Yeah, no joke. We have confirmed that he's been around since, 300 years. We even know his name, Franz C. Williams. Remember when I said F. Williams? Yeah, this is one of those again. There have been multiple overlaying ideas behind the whole idea of the 05 Council. From what we know and from what we can tell. This is just one of those weird ones where you're just looking at yourself like, what the fuck am I looking at? The administrator known as... I'm sorry, we have a little bit of a technical error there. Anyways, he basically... It does seem that to be on record, of the individual in the Foundation's records. However, the fact is, whenever talking about it, when the General Assembly of and theologies against the Queen met, it comes up to an error. Which doesn't make any sense to me, because everybody should know about the protocol to... Administrator Ethan Howitzer. Yeah, this one is interesting. Howitzer was originally considered to be one of the original 05, but after the Civil War. Again, one of the weirder ones, because it said that he also was one of the original Serpent Hands people. So again, it it's contradictory to no avail with these people. No matter what you do or say, mostly everybody in the Foundation has either heard of these people, seen these people, or not at all. Hell, for one thing, 051 does have the ability to make it so that way you don't know what he actually looks like. That's the point of it. You won't know what 051 looks like because he doesn't want you to. And there are similarities in different cases and studies and everything else. However, when it comes down to it, the 05 are just some interesting individuals. No matter what you say or do, it just has, well, interesting topics. I will do a deep dive on each one of them individually. I'm going to make a 13 series out of this, because 051 through 13 do deserve their own separate videos on each of them. However, it is interesting. It is also going to take a bit of time, so I'm just going to leave it here for now. That being said, I thank you all for watching this and staying all the way to the end. And a like and a subscribe would be very appreciated. And also, if you could hit that bell, mucho bang. And also, we have a Discord, so why don't you just head over to my channel and, hit the link. Hop on in and say hi. And with that being said, I will thank you all for watching, and always remember...